Hey, it's Alan Burnett. Welcome back to yourweddinghub.com. We're talking about music. That's why I'm sitting in front of the piano here. And today I want to talk about the procession music. Now, in another video, I've talked about who all should walk in, what order should they walk. We'll talk more about that in days to come because that's really an important part of planning your ceremony. But what music do you choose for just really enhancing the whole procession? Because I got to tell you, girls, it all builds to the moment when you're ready to walk down the aisle. And so there's some simple things that I want to give you some suggestions, just some real practical things, and then some technical things that, now again, I told you if you want to get married in one of our chapels, a musician comes with it because I'm pretty picky about this. Some people say I'm anal about the musicians. They got to be good and they've got to know some of the things that just finish it perfectly. But one of the key things is when you're choosing your procession music, you don't want something too punchy or too raunchy at that point. You know, I don't know how many times I've heard generally a group saying, oh, we want to walk down the aisle, the stairway to heaven, you know, and things like that. Obviously, most times they're just joking. But for the procession, you want to choose something that's just got a kind of a steady, simple beat. Now, there's a song that is very, very popular, and some people think it's been overused, and that's Canon in D. I don't think it's been overused, and it's funny because when I sit down with the bride and groom to plan their ceremony, because I can play, I'll sit down at the piano with them, and I'll tell you what, the vast majority choose Canon in D just based on what they think of the sound of it as I'm playing it. A couple of things I'll show you about Canon in D. Number one, it's got the right kind of tempo and rhythm. Something that's just got a nice slow, steady rhythm. Canon in D is one of the songs, but there's something else about it. And I don't want to get too technical when I tell you this, but and whether you understand this or not, ask your musician. If they don't understand this, then you probably have the wrong musician. There's a term that we musicians use, and it's called resolving a song. And all that means is that you're ending it anywhere, but making it sound like that was the place it was supposed to end. And some musicians are good at that, some don't have a clue how to do that. That's one of the things that's extremely important to me and the musicians that work for me doing weddings. Because Canon in D, and I'll give you an example, is a song that's really easy to resolve or to end anywhere and make it sound like that was the moment that it was supposed to end. Played 2 bars of that song, but I made it sound like that was where the song was supposed to end. That's a very important ingredient in choosing your procession music. And I'll tell you why, girls, and tomorrow I'm going to carry on with this. But the reason is that maybe you're using that song for parents to walk in, the groomsmen, all of your bridesmaids, flower girl, ring boy. Just a moment, maybe the maid of honor is the very last one that's going to step into position, and then we're ready for the bride. You want the musician to be able to watch the procession taking place, and just as the maid of honor steps into place, you want the musician to be able to finish that song so that we can then go into, ladies and gentlemen, please stand and go into your music, bride. I'm going to carry this on tomorrow, and I'm going to start tomorrow by telling you a story that really illustrates why that resolving thing, don't get hung up on the technical term, just understand what it means, why it's so important. So you don't want to miss tomorrow. Come back tomorrow, yourweddinghub.com, for part 3 on your wedding ceremony music. See you tomorrow on yourweddinghub.com.